Welcome to the experience. I'm your host, Stephen the Dream. This is This, That, and the Third interview series, and we are live at the Power 104.4 FM studios. As always, behind the scenes, on the camera, creative eye, visuals, TZ Da Vinci, TZ Alexander is in the building with me, and I have a very, very special guest with me, man. I'm scared right now. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what's gonna happen right now, because the first time I saw this individual, all I could think of was, this motherfucker might kill me up here. I ain't gonna lie. He looks crazy as hell. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm gonna be real with him. But then, you know what I'm saying, looks are deceiving, because perception is only, what does they say, 9/10 of the law? Ain't that what? That's possession. Whoa. Wrong thing. Perception as well, though. But listen, I listened to the music, and I got tapped in, and I realized, okay, I get it now. I'm not dealing with just a rapper. I'm not dealing with just a melodic person that could just put words together. I'm dealing with a motherfucking rock star. So I had to realize I had to come correct. And then I had to invite this man on my platform, on my show. So I have him for you guys today. The one, the only, Betti motherfucking Boof is here with me, man.
Betti Boof, man. Rock star. What's going on, man?
Real rock star shit, man. Like, I'm going to be real with you, man. I wanted to tell you that face to face as a man on camera. Like, look, bro, I was like, who is that? Not
Thank
even
you.
knowing
Thank
that a friend that actually put me on to you before I even really caught it. I heard the name Betti Boof, and I was like, why do that sound familiar? And then speaking with a friend, she was like, yo, like, I done put you on before. So I was like, oh, bro, name is moving in these streets. Like, he's out here.
Yeah.
So shout outs to you, man, for, getting to the level that you're at. I would love to let the people know a little bit about you, about the past, about the present, and the future. That's why we call it This, That, and the Third.
Word.
Let's jump into it, man. Betti Boof, where you from?
Betti Boof. I'm from Gastonia, North Carolina.
The Gas House.
Officially.
Gas House, man. How was it growing up in Gastonia?
I mean, it's just like, it's a lot. Like,
It's a lot?
It's a lot. It's just different. Like, it's just different from, like, Charlotte and, like...
Outskirts, right?
Yeah, it's just real different. And it's, like, real slow. But, I mean, I fuck with it because that's what made me me, so...
Country slow, like, not country in terms of, like, the people. I'm saying, like, was it, like, rural? Was it more, like, I mean, I know Gastonia is a area that's kind of, like, right outside, but did you grow up more in a, a southern, like, a country environment when I say that?
Like, on and off. Like,
Okay.
on and off. Because, like, I mean, I'm from Gastonia, but I'm, like, I consider myself, like, from everywhere. Like, I've grown up in Kings Mountain. I went to school in Shelby. Like, I'm, like, all over the place when it comes to, like, being everywhere.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Growing up, any influences in the home, anybody that did music, anybody you saw that was, like, in close, even if it was, like, in Gastonia or just around that you looked to and was like, yo, that's dope, or maybe I could see myself doing that one day, or... I mean, nobody does what you do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? From what I can see, that you could really, take anything from around our area. But, was there anybody that just you could think of that sparked that? Was it maybe first time you went into a booth, somebody took you, or maybe the first time that, you wrote your first song? Where did the inspiration come from?
I mean, the inspiration came from, I think I was at my dad's spot, and he was staying in Cherville at the time.
Okay.
And this is, like, way before iPhones and all. Like, this is, like, MP3, like, the MP3 era.
Okay.
And, like, CD players and shit. Okay, I can cuss,
You
right?
can cuss.
Okay, cool.
You're a fucking rock star. I know it was. We
I was just trying
we
to
did
keep
this
it-
interview real late at night because we knew what the hell was about to go on.
Okay, cool. But, yeah, I had, this is, like, around, like, the CD era, and my brother Rashad, shout out him, he had, I had got a hold of Get Rich or Die Trying, like, on a CD, and, like, that's what, like, really sparked it, like,
Get Rich or Die Trying inspired Betti
I'm not
Boof.
even gonna cap.
Where?
Like, back in the day, like, I was just, like, I don't know, like, 50 Cent was just lit to me. Like,
Okay.
Get Rich or Die Trying was the shit, like, when I heard it on, like on CD. And,
So
like,
listening to that, were you always, so that leads me to my question, were you always Betti Boof then? Because I don't know how we can get Betti Boof out of the inspiration of 50 Cent, but maybe music creating came later on in the process.
Yeah, it came later on. But
Okay.
like that was just like a person that just like made me like when it came to like making music, that's like who inspired me to like
That's
make
dope.
music at first.
50 is definitely somebody that
Yeah.
has inspired a generation of musicians, characters, everything. But so as you went along, in learning music and falling in love with it, what are some other things that you might listen to outside of maybe the type of music? Outside of hip hop, that's hip hop. What
Word.
were some other things that you might have been influenced by, or some other people that you might have listened to growing up?
Like growing up, like my brother was that's just like another contributor to like as far as like who I am and like how I am. Like
Big brother?
yeah,
Okay.
like my brother Roterio, he used to like I would just steal his phone like when he would sleep, like when he would get off work and shit, like, and I would steal his phone. I would just go through like his phone and like look at his music, and he would be listening to like Coldplay, Lupe Fiasco, like it was just a whole bunch of different shit on there, like U2. It was just like a different vibe, like Fall Out Boy, Gym Class
Yeah.
Heroes, and
Yeah.
like that's just like really like what got me like early. Like I knew I wanted to make like rock influenced music, or I wanted to like crossbreed like rap and like rock, but I just didn't know how to do it at first. But
Right,
I just
right.
knew like if I always told myself if I ever figured out how I was gonna like approach it, I was gonna make it like, and I was gonna do it like for sure, for sure. And
You go all the way with it though, bro.
Yeah.
And I love those influences. Like I'm gonna tell you something that a group that influenced me in those lines, Panic at the Disco.
yeah.
When they did the little, I forgot the name of the song, but that was rap to me. When they in the funeral, the I dive in, haven't you people
Yeah,
ever heard
yeah,
of?
yeah, that's my shit,
Cause
too.
That was rap to me
That's my
really,
shit,
because when I
too.
broke that down, like that's one of my favorite songs ever. Just the way the video, everything about that. But having those type of influences, and even hearing that in hip hop today, in your Uzis, you know what I'm saying, in your Travises, you know what I'm saying, even the beats that they use, that wave is kind of like birthed a generation of guys like yourself.
Most definitely.
How would it be to collab with someone of like a Fall Out Boy? Like, you know how we see Wayne do the collabs, or Jay-Z, with the collabs they do. Is that something you would ever want to do?
Hell yeah.
Who would be
Hell
who
yeah.
would be the one? Who would be the one group if it was like Blink-182? Like you could bring any group back. You can bring them back
Yeah.
and reform them. Who would it be?
It would be Blink-182, but specifically Travis Barker. Like I
Okay.
would want to collab with him. Like for sure. Got to get Fall Out Boy in there.
Got to.
That's a big
Got to.
inspiration. If Cobain was still alive today.
I saw you said Kurt Cobain is one of your like influences in
Yeah.
terms of just music and maybe even like life.
That's
I
a
hope
whole-
not. To the extent
Yeah.
of his life. But talk about just maybe where some things that you may relate with him, or some just things that attract you to him in terms of his lifestyle or his music or whatever the case may be with him.
Like it's just like, well, I'm gonna just tell the story all over again.
Okay. We can repeat it here if y'all
Yeah.
can go find it, but we on this, that, and the third. you know
Yeah,
what I'm
so
saying?
this, that, and the third. But it was one time like we was like in the backyard. I got like this like house or whatnot, like out in the backyard or whatnot, like that. We all chilling, like, cause we can't smoke in the house and shit. So we just do our little diligence.
You got a black mama?
No, I mean I do. Yeah,
I was
yeah.
gonna say, yeah, you can't smoke. Yeah, black mama ain't let you.
You
smoke in the
can't
house.
smoke in
You
the
gotta go
house.
to that outlet.
I
For sure.
can't smoke in the house, but yeah, we was just back there and we was just doing like I smoke weed and shit like that, and the people that I was around at the time smoked weed too, and we was just tripping off acid, like, and this is like I had been done it like before, but I had a bad experience with it, so I picked it up again, and we was just in the back like tripping and shit, and then like we started like going through like different like genres of music, like we started off with like 70s era, like Jimi Hendrix and shit, and like it was just like that was just like a whole different vibe and a whole different feel, and then like we just like started progressing like onward, and then we started listening to like Nirvana and shit, and we was listening to Come As You Are and like and Smells Like Teen Spirit,
Like Teen Spirit, yes sir.
and when I listened to Come As You Are, it was just like I was just like tripping hard as fuck.
The trip took it went there.
It just went
It
there.
took you there.
It went there. Like, and like during that trip, I just felt like I was like having a conversation with him or some shit like that. It was like some real trippy shit. Like, but it just like after that, like it just like made me want to like dive deep into like who he was as an artist and like the music that he made, like with his band Nirvana and shit like that. Like, and like once I like did my research and I started like listening to shit like Nevermind and then In Utero and shit like that. Like once I started like diving deep into like shit like that, but that's mostly like what I was listening to around that time. And then it was just we just binge tripping and shit like that, just listening to that music. And then like I was just like, fuck, bro. Like, I got to make music like this. Like, I want to make music like this. Not more like I got to, but I just want it. It's something that, like, nobody I felt like was really, like, trying to tap into. And I wanted to tap into it. And, like, if they did, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't do it the way that I do it.
Right,
so,
right. You do it in a unique way, man. It's like, even, you know, that you talk about tripping and doing the LSD, you know, LSD things. Like, to take it there, like, Juice WRLD in terms of like any influence.
We do not condone drug use, like as far as minors and none of that shit. But like that, I'm just like letting everybody know like what I do. I don't really, you know, that's not something that I praise or I would want or I'd recommend to my fans or anybody listening to me or watching me. So I just want to leave that out there.
Shout outs to you for doing that, bro. Because I know it's, you know, I was getting into, you know, do you look at those type of artists that like make some of the greatest music, but it's tough without that. I know that without that substance, like, you know, I'm sure Juice was a great rapper, but I know he was going through a lot more that probably led him to do some of the things. Peep, even all those other guys.
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
another influence. Peep is another influence, like a big influence in my music too, just as well as Kurt Cobain.
Seeing those guys, like, how important is it to you to make messages like this and understanding, like, you know, this is a music business, and you know, there's a way of putting out your product and making it sound relatable to the people that need it, but also there's a responsibility that you hold.
Yeah.
You know, is that a line that you looking at, you know, figuring out how to cross, or you know, you kind of secure in what you're doing in terms of what you speak about, and like you just did, put that message out there.
Yeah, I'm pretty much like secure, like with all of that.
That's
like
dope.
I know, like I don't like I do what I do, but I wouldn't want anybody else like just because I do shit that doesn't mean like, you know, follow my actions. Like, don't follow my actions. Like, cause that's like, it's just like going down a rabbit hole. Like, so I wouldn't want none of my supporters or anybody listening to me like to do what I do. Just, you know,
I want to ask,
live your life. Be you. Be who you want to be. Don't let these people tell you how to fucking be. Do not conform to the ways of society and how these motherfuckers is out here living. Do what you want to do. Do what make you happy, because that's what I do.
Big facts.
But I do not condone like drug use to any of my supporters or fans.
That's dope, man. Betti Boof, live on this Day and the Third interview series. I want to ask you about your look.
Yeah.
Yesterday I saw you had a wig on.
Yeah.
I thought you was coming in here. You know, so today you got green hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Talk to me about, is this Betti Boof, or is this I ain't gonna say your government, you know what I'm saying, but is this how it's always been? Is this, you know, something that has evolved over time in terms of like the way you dress, the way you know, because I've seen your hair in all type of different ways before, you know. Is that more artistry, or is that just like everyday shit?
I mean, I'd have to say both. Okay. Artistry, and it's just like everyday shit. I just do what like make me happy. Dope. If I feel like, I mean, but I'm like as far as like my hair, like if my hair don't look right, I don't feel right. So
how long it took you to? How long? I mean, it looks great. I will say that it looks great.
Thank you.
How long did it take for you to get your hair right for this interview today?
Probably an hour.
Yeah, y'all see that? Y'all see y'all coming in here looking crazy, you know what I'm saying? We got people taking an hour to come on the platform.
I mean, but my mama always told me, take pride in your appearance. Like, that's just something that she always said, like, when I was, like, a jit. And, like, that shit just always stuck with me. So I just always, like, before I go anywhere, I don't give a fuck if we go into the grocery store or if we going to go buy cigarettes. And I don't smoke cigarettes, but strictly Juuls. But, and I mean, I don't, you know, can't even fuck with the Juuls like that because they banning shit. They
going crazy with, they trying to take nicotine out of here for the people, boy.
But I just, you know, that's just something that I just always take pride in, and that's just like my appearance. Like I can't go nowhere looking crazy and silly, because I know like even though I'm representing myself and my brand, I'm also representing my mom and everybody else, like my dad, you know, everybody, my family and shit like that. So I can't have nobody out here looking crazy.
There you go.
So
You got Boof tatted right there on your forehead. Big letters,
word,
big Boof right there. What does that mean to you? What is it? I know it's your name, but like, what is it? You know, is it something deeper behind it? Is it, you know?
It's just me. Like, it's just me. Like, it's just shit that, like, people, like, before, like, I cut my hair and, like, I got the curls and shit. Now, like, when I had dreads, like, prior to me growing them, people told me not to get dreads. So it was like, wow, like, just because I knew how I know, like, how I do, and I know how I dress. Like, I won't put on nothing unless I know, like, if I can see myself wearing it, then I'm going to put it on. Like, and that's why you see me in some of the outfits that you see me in, and you see me looking like how I look, because, like, I just envision it, and then, like, it don't take a lot for me to do what I do. I just do it. Like, I just see it, and then I just go. Like,
on go with it, right?
yeah, I'm just gonna go with it. I'm gonna go with it. But like before I where was I at? Like where was I going with this? I lost it. I lost it.
Betti Boof was telling me about the
individuality. Yeah. Oh yeah. People told me not to get dreads, so I fucked around and I got dreads and shit. And then like people was telling me like not to tat your face, and I'm like, well, why not? Like I want to do what like makes me fucking happy. Like I don't give a fuck like what these people are talking about. Like I don't give a fuck about nobody's opinion but mine. Like, and I mean, I listen to opinions, but like I take that shit with a grain of salt. Like I don't just because somebody says some stuff is not gonna make me want to just change up how I am as a person.
Right.
So like me getting tats on my face, like that's just me. Like
Yeah.
Booth is who I am. Like I'm always in a booth. Like
You stay in the booth.
yeah, like I'm sitting on a lot of music right now. Like
I've heard.
We said earlier, we just dropping singles. Like it's just singles right now. Nobody's heard no like full like LP or no project from me, but that's finna like all change.
I noticed that too, and I was thinking, you know, is that did he maybe have something and he pulled it down because it's a restructure, or if it was just like he's really been setting up to that big drop to where it's time to give the people what they're asking for? Because I mean, you've given them, like you said, Switchblade, is it?
Yeah, I've given them
Switchblade. What else did you hit them with? You hit them with
Rain Clouds, Coraline,
Talk
Vibe.
about Rain Clouds. The features with Rain Cloud. The feature on Rain Cloud you got there.
Okay,
It sounds like a secret weapon right there. It's
that's one of them. That's a hit. It's a hit. My manager think it's a hit. At first he didn't necessarily convince me, but I was just like, I don't know. I make so much music that like whatever I make that's like fresh, like that's what I'm fucking with. Like Rain Clouds was just like one of those things that was just like in the cut. But as far as like how we made it, like it was the same way. We was just tripping. Like, and then my engineer J2 had came over, and we was just all tripping. Like I made it like pause. Let me get my words right.
Let me make sure I get this right.
Let me make sure I get this right. But yeah, he came over there. He came over to my crib and shit. We was all tripping. Nia was there, and we just going through beats, and like that beat just. Damn, I'm fucking up. That's not even how we did it. Pause.
Get them right.
Let me get it right. But yeah. I'm saying J2. I'm in a whole different vibe.
A whole nother session.
Yeah, I'm in a whole nother session.
Took us over to this
I'm
session.
thinking too hard. But yeah, we like I said, we was tripping, but we was not at shout out J2 anyway. Fuck that. But we was at Pat's my homie Pat's crib or whatnot. We recorded Rain Clouds there, and like I said, we was tripping. It was just a vibe,
It's hard.
and I recorded it. Like I already had it pre-written before I went in there and recorded it. So I had just did the hook, the verse, and then like another hook after my verse, and then walked out the booth. Nia had heard it at the time when we was recording it and shit, and she was just like, "Let me hop on it." So I was like, "All right, cool, just hop on it." She did it. Yeah, she did it.
Definitely
She did a thing. Most definitely.
She
Shout out.
Definitely adds an element to the song. Have you ever tripped and made a bad song?
No.
Never.
No.
Come on, Betti.
No.
Betti Boof, you've went in the booth before and been like,
There's times where I've been like, bro, we got to go to something else because like it was just too much for me. Like sometimes when you like you're in I call it the cesspool of life. Like when you're like really tripping, like because it's like it's all like different levels to this shit. Like when you start off tripping, like you just vibing out, you don't really feel nothing. Then when it starts kicking in, like that's what I call like going into the cesspool of life. And then when you're finally like there, like in it, like that's when it's like sometimes it could be like a crazy ride for people depending on like like how your mindset is. But like I have a strong mindset, so I can handle this shit. And once again, I don't condone it to any of my followers or
do not condone
fans, supporters, or any of this shit. But
I was gonna get on here and ask Betti Boof for some drugs live on the air. I told myself I was gonna do that, but you know what? We don't condone that shit because
we don't condone it. 2020.
We don't condone that shit.
We don't condone it.
Betti Boof live. This, that, and the third interview series, man. So you recently dropped music. We'll get into music that's dropping in 2020, but you dropped Vibes earlier.
Yeah.
Was that last year?
Yeah.
Earlier last year, you dropped Vibes. Talk about the music video for Vibes. We're going to play it for the people, but just talk about that was different from, like, seeing you that I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
You know, I listened to the music first before I saw the features, and, you know, I looked at the Instagram, and, you know, I checked out your page and was like, okay. Then I saw Vibes, and I was like, oh, hold up, that's Betti Boof right there. That's
Most
the same.
definitely.
So just talk about, was that, you know, done on purpose? Were you in a different vibe at that time, or, you know, just talk about the video?
The video, we just well, it was the same shit. Like as far as like Rain Clouds, it was the same like whole. I guess you could say setup. Like how we did it. Like as far as how it was recorded and like how we went about recording it. But like vibe, we just. Shit was just crazy. It was just a vibe when we recorded it. It was crazy.
Shawty was a vibe.
Yeah, it was crazy. But as far as the video, my manager had set it all up with Chile Chills. Shout out him. But he set it up. We all linked up like near the Buffalo Wild Wings in Charlotte, like NASCAR Hall of Fame or whatnot. We just linked up over there, pulled the drops and the whips out and shit. We pulled them out, and then we just shot it. It was just a vibe. Like,
it was though. The song's a vibe too.
It was really different because I felt like that was like one of my, like, that was a big video as far as like if you go back and look at my work prior to, you know, shooting vibe and like it being out, like that was like
big moment.
Yeah, it was like a big moment to me. Like,
nice.
But that, yeah. It was a vibe.
We're going to play vibes for the people.
Yeah.
We're going to give them a vibe real quick.
Let's play it.
It's Betti Boof. We live. This, that, and the third interview series, man. When I come back, we might be tripping on. Never mind. Let's go to the video. We'll be back.
Shorty a nat-nat, she look at it like fat back. I don't wanna eat it like shit snack. Beat the bike, I'ma hit from the back. Nigga think I fell off, I'm on slab. I'ma slow me, yell and I slide. I done keep pouring the hat. You don't know it ain't cool like that. But I put my whole shit on the map. Collapsing on my own collapse. Feeling like I'm an addict, I realize. Feeling like I'm a fingers, I need that. Hit at the plug with a weed at. Let's deal with some food, I'ma eat that. Let's deal with some food, I'ma eat that. Yeah. And I'm searching for that vibe. I'm desperate for that vibe. I'm desperate for that vibe. And I'm desperate for that vibe. I'm desperate for that vibe. Vibe. Nigga, I need that vibe. I'm looking for that vibe. I'm searching for that vibe. I'm searching for that vibe. I'm searching for that vibe.
In the third interview series, Steven the Dream, Betti Boof. We live. Real rock star shit going on right now, man. Y'all just saw the video. that's the ad lib.
Yeah, that's the ad lib. That's the slogan. All of that, you know.
Okay.
Big goat shit. Greatest of all time.
They just saw the video for Vibes. Vibes is a dope video. If they want to, they can go see 2020 reincarnation of Betti Boof with Jane Doe.
Yeah, go check out Jane Doe.
Jane Doe is
the newest joint.
Yes. Inspiration from that. Who shot the video? Give us the background on that one, because that's a wild video right there. That's the Betti Boof I was expecting, but you even took it to a further level than I was with the band. And shout out to the Needle Dicks.
Yeah,
Shout
Needle Dicks. Shout out to Needle Dicks.
Is that a real band?
Nah, that was just a name. That
I
was
was like,
just a name.
yo, he found the motherfucking what?
Yeah, cause Needle. I mean, oh fuck. But Zebo had hit me up when we was like putting the video together, and he was just like, what do you want the band to be called? And I was just like, bruh, the Needle Dicks. And he was like, fuck it, let's do it. And then we just did it. So yeah, the Needle Dicks.
Shout out to them. Shout out to the Jane Doe video. It's a dope visual. I like to see artists pushing the limit, taking it there. You know, not being afraid to try things or even to experiment and to do things that other people aren't doing. I want to ask you, and it's just because I keep looking over, and I don't know, this is probably a good thing, bro, but when I look at you, I keep seeing Tyler. And I don't know if that's that. Like I don't want to box you in, bro.
Nah,
I really don't.
Box me. Don't
but,
box me.
I don't want to, bro. I don't even want to, because that's tough to even to live up to. Like, not to live up to, you can go far and beyond that. But you know, when you start, people will start thinking like, oh shit, well, he not doing shit to Tyler. I don't want to put people like that, but you know, it's just the vibe that I get, bro, and that's good, because your music is connected in that way to where I'm listening to your shit and enjoying it, you know. Like, we rode to your shit on the way up here today, and it was like, I got out the car and put it back on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, let's put that back on. But is that somebody that you would want, like, not even influence, but like one day would want to work with, or is that somebody in the terms of a lane that you can understand where people would get that from?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, most definitely. I guess it's I try
the
to
voice, even, bro, like even down to just when you talking, like I'm.
I try to like do stuff to like where I'm not like where people don't perceive me as that, but I mean it's kind of hard, like.
But you just being you though. I mean, it's not like it's not like it's forced though. That's the other thing. It's not like I'm really forcing myself to not think it, but I'm like, shit, it's taking me back to really a Travis to a Tyler that I remembered, you know? Yeah. And even that build up to where it was like, I saw you before I heard you, and then when I heard you, I didn't want to turn you off. That's important, because a lot of times I'll hear somebody, and then I might, you know, the image don't connect always. I might not really believe what you saying, or it might not hit me the same way, but, you know, in your case, you're using social media the right way from what I can see, you know. And then when people get to the music, I'm sure the streaming's looking good. I'm sure for what you got out there, so you ain't even hit the people with the music yet.
Yeah, but I'm ready to keep like going. Like where I'm at right now, I'm not even comfortable. Like I'm so uncomfortable right now.
Really?
Like I really want to. It's a lot of stuff that I want to do that I am gonna do because of things like putting it out there in the air and into the universe and manifestation and stuff like that, and manifesting. But you know, it's a lot of stuff that I want to do, and it's gonna happen. It's just like everything is just timing right now. It's just timing, like, and that's just all that I'm like focused on. So I'm just like really like just being patient, like just waiting on my time. Like I'm not really forcing it, but I mean I I do get a little bit, upset when people like don't really show support, especially like to like local talent, because that's what we're
It's a
trying
lot.
to.
It's
a lot of voices out here.
Yeah.
It's a lot of voices out here that need to be heard
Yeah.
that ain't getting the recognition that they deserve, and I feel like I'm just trying to advocate that, like, and like be the one like to shine the light on the local talent, like in the local scene, like that's what's that's going on like as of right now.
Facts, man. Because a lot of these artists, a lot of y'all work together. A lot of y'all be in the same studios,
Yeah.
in the same area, and it's like the artists I think do it a lot, but I think it's like outside people until the baby popped off. People really wasn't the way they should have been. The way that they should have been doing it, the way they could have seen it coming.
Mm-hmm.
I hope more artists like yourself, as they're on their rise, gets the love and appreciation from their city. Usually your city is gonna be the last place, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm already expecting
the last
that.
place
I'm
to
already
really
expecting that.
give it up, and I'm sure you've seen it.
Yeah, but it's just like I always say, like it'll just be crazy, like when I do actually go, like get to where I'm going, because I know I'm already going there. Like that's why I'm like that's why I live my life the way I live it. That's why I look the way I look, because I know where I'm fucking going.
Facts.
So
Facts.
like once I get there, like it's just gonna be like whack as fuck to like see people that never really like fucked with me, like start fucking with me and shit like that. Because I'm not even a rude person, but it's just like, damn, like
It took me to get to here
for niggas that actually want to tap
I was
in.
the same motherfucker doing this shit.
The
right
same,
here.
like, and then people gonna say like I changed. People gonna say I switched up, but it ain't necessarily me switching up. Is people gonna switch up. So I'ma always be who I am. I'ma always stay the same. It's just people just gonna start acting different. People just gonna start changing. But I mean that's what's expected. So I mean it's gonna happen regardless. That's why we doing this shit.
Facts, man. Betti Boof live here. This, then the third interview series. I'm excited because I know there's new music coming. I saw you drop the clip. Been in the booth since you was it 15?
15.
Since you was boy.
15.
I saw the people in the comments eating that one up. I don't know if that's the first drop. I don't know when you dropping, but if that's what you coming with, or that's how you coming, I think you got big expectations to you. You should have big expectations for yourself.
Oh, most definitely.
'Cause that's a dope track. My producer over here was like, hey, I like that. He what I'm saying? He try to play hard over there. He don't want to give you. These artists out here. There's a lot of artists come through here, and it really take a lot for him to get impressed. So when he said that, I was like, okay, we got somebody right here. We got something. But if you can tell them like when new music is coming, if new music is coming, if you want to drop a date, whatever you want to do, man.
Well, right now we leaning towards January the 30th as far as hold up. Yeah, we leaning to January the 30th as far as like the release date for this project. I ain't gonna call it a mixtape. I ain't gonna call it an album, but it's in between. But it's a little thing that I'm working on called Euphoria. Something that I've been working on for some time now. But it's like it's a lot of different vibes on there. But I'm just trying to show people like what I'm coming with and like what I got to offer. So January 30th.
January 30th, Euphoria, announced live. This is the third interview series, man. Betti Boof, I'm really glad we got you up here, man.
Appreciate you.
I always like to ask this question, and like a lot of times I'll ask the question, and some people telling me what they really expect, and some people is gonna cap with me, and I don't mind either one. But I know for you, whatever you tell me probably is gonna be 10 times more. But if we could have this conversation a year from now, January 12th, 2021, what can I expect? Where can we be? Some people told me I'm going to have my Grammy right here. Some people said we going to be in a whole nother building, so we going to have to go, PJ to get to them, to get to us, what I'm saying? So if you could set the scene, set it however you want, Betti Boof, but if we could have a conversation a year from now, what would you expect us to be talking about? What would you expect to have going on?
Shit.
It's a long time from here, man. I know.
Accomplishments. Really.
Accomplishments.
Yeah, just a lot of.
Do you want trophies? Like, do you want awards? Like, are those things that
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do, but I feel as if like before I start getting awards, like I got to work towards that. Like I feel like I got a long way to go. Like this is just like I'm just setting the groundwork, like in like the blueprint for everything. Like right now, like this is like still early. Like
Fact.
So it's just time gonna tell all. So just give it time, and then once people start wanting to nominate me for Grammys and all of these awards, then yeah, then we can talk about that. But as of right now, I'm just keeping my head down, tunnel vision, and I'm focused.
That's what I like to hear. You got a tape on the way. I mean, I'm sure it's done, ready to go. But I mean, we got music on the way, so I know you focused. I know you locked in.
I'm just trying to get the shit's on the way. I'm just trying to get the videos and everything like out the way. Like videos that's more like vibe is like what you can expect. Like Jane Doe, that's a official. That's them. The work of a great artist, a great videographer, Zebo out of Kings Mountain. But as far as
for you,
he had an idea, and I appreciate what he did because not a lot of people is just gonna go out their way to try to make some shit happen for you or to just do it out the kindness of their heart. So like just expect more videos like Vibe because like I'm just trying to give people like. I don't know. I just feel like people, once they seen Vibe, they was just like, dang, we got to get more of this. So, like, I just want to keep giving people more videos like that, more on, like, on a professional note, on a professional sense. Like, that's just what I want to do. So,
don't
that's
lose
how we
your
do it.
charisma, bro. That's my main thing I see about you. Like, that's going to take you far in this game because it's not a lot of people that's willing to do it. Yeah. And a lot of times the people that will do it and do it right, it works. It works. So
really do.
Let the people know where they can find you. Let the people know where they can follow you, where they can get the music. Let them all know.
Well, it's Betti Boof, Billy Goat Boof. You can get my music on all of these digital platforms: SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play,
Napster,
Tidal, Napster,
Deezer,
iHeartRadio, whatever you want to. Whatever choice, whatever you got. If you got an Android or an iPhone, you can look me up and I'm there, baby. I am there. Most definitely.
Betti motherfucking Boof. Make sure you guys give us a follow at Carolina Heat Up for all your Carolina artist promotion and marketing. Make sure you give us a follow at This, That, and the Third interview series for more interviews, freestyles, and clips. And y'all can give me a follow at Steven the Dream. That's Steven, T-H-A, Dream. We're going up this year, man. I keep telling y'all this is not a motherfucking drill. Come on. Shout outs to Power 104.4 FM, as always, for housing the interview tonight. Shout out to Creative Eye Visuals, the man with the plan behind the camera, always producing for us, TZ Da Vinci. And before we get out of here, can we get blessed? It can be new music, it can be whatever, but I just need a couple of Betti Boof bars. Boof, stay in the booth. I need a couple of bars.
Yeah, I stay in the booth, but
what we got?
Like I tell everybody that come across me and come in contact with me, I am not a freestyler. I am a writer, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
You can give us a
but I'm gonna most definitely give you what I can give you.
Okay. We got Betti Boof here. Acapella bars?
Yeah, this is from a song called Fast Lane off of Euphoria. So I'm gonna just give y'all like the free verse to this.
Okay, there we go. Let's get it. This, that, and the third. Betti Boof. Let's get it.
Big Boof, I've been rapping since 5th grade. For the glib bitch, I came with the switchblade. Yo, bitch fell in love with the dick, man. After I fuck out of good brains, you my son and I'm naming him Cum Stain. I am not pussy, not half a dyke. Fuck around and get turned to the afterlife. I fucked up the bars, y'all. I'm so sorry. I love y'all. We out of here. It's a whole bunch of
Betti
other shit
Boof.
going on.
Euphoria
That's all I'm going
on
to
the
give
way.
y'all. Y'all just going to have to wait till Euphoria drop January 30. You already know what's going on. January 30th. You know what I meant. Pause. A whole bunch of other shit. But, yeah, y'all just going to have to wait, man.
Hit him with the Boof sound.
Bad.
That's it. We out.
Euphoria on the way, man.
This, that, and the third. We'll catch y'all on the next one.